Located at the heart of ancient trade routes, Indonesia has long embraced an interesting blend of traditions, resulting in a rich cultural heritage. In this adventure, I rediscover Indonesia's most ancient cities, exploring the cultural diversity of Semarang and flying over the lush, volcanic peaks of Magelang. Join us as we uncover Central Java's age-old and newfound treasures. At the invitation of my good friends from the Indonesian Aerosports Federation, Chepy and Ersy, I was glad to participate in their upcoming events, the Telomoyo Hang Gliding Cup and the Aerosport Tourism Seminar to be held in Central Java. Before the activities, I find myself in the old port city of Semarang, Central Java's capital and largest city. More than 600 years ago, China's greatest explorer landed in the shores of Semarang during one of his historic expeditions. Admiral Cheng Ho, who headed the Ming Dynasty's naval fleet, commanded hundreds of ships filled with goods for trade. A Chinese Muslim, it was said that upon landing in Semarang, Cheng Ho prayed and rested in a cave in this area before continuing on his journey. It became a sacred spot for the city.
Sampukong is the oldest Chinese temple in Semarang. It is a place of worship for both Buddhists and Muslims.
The main temple is built over the actual cave Cheng Ho rested in, where an eternal spring runs.
There's holy water in the cave, and they said that if I bring it inside, I drink it and pray, my wish would come true.
His far-reaching voyages took him to Southeast Asia, India, the Persian Gulf, and Africa, cementing China's political and economic influence at that time. Admiral Cheng Ho can be credited for the extensive exchange not just of goods, but also cultures, which helped expand the knowledge of the world as we know it. In the 17th century, Semarang came under Dutch colonial rule. As the plantations flourished in the hinterland, roads and railroads were built leading to the port, transforming the city into a thriving trade center. At its heart is a beautiful colonial-era building.
Lawang Sewu is a prominent landmark here in Semarang. It was built to be the headquarters of the Dutch East Indies Railway Company. Lawang Sewu means 1,000 doors.
Its many shutters were a practical choice for the Dutch designers, given the tropical weather.
The architecture of the building was very well thought of. They used a combination of windows, doors, bricks, and stone to cool off the building because it's very hot in the area. They increased the height of the roof so that wind will flow very well.
It also features magnificent stained glass windows, telling the story of the Dutch presence in Java and the success of the railway and maritime trade. During the war in 1942, the building was taken over by Japanese soldiers. As with many old buildings, a lot of spine-tingling tales have been told around it.
It was built to be the headquarters of the Dutch East Indies
I'm sure it was just air circulating through the building. Its main balcony faces one of the city's busiest traffic circles in front of the Tugu Muda Monument, dedicated to Indonesia's fallen heroes. You would think the old town would soon fall asleep as the sun sets over Semarang, but it is only starting to come alive. I made my way to Kota Lama, the old town district. Walking the well-lit cobblestone streets, you will find rows of bicycles and buildings with a style of architecture from half a world away. It is no wonder this place is called Little Amsterdam. Stately structures built during the Dutch colonial era still stand, including the Blenduk Church, the oldest Christian church in the province. I was able to peek inside a fanciful building crowned by giant ants on the roof. The Marabunta building was an opera house during colonial times. On this stage, once performed the famed Matahari, a Dutch-born exotic dancer executed for being a German spy in World War I. Today, just as the rest of the district, it is slowly being restored and revitalized by passionate locals. I was just in time for the Kota Lama Food Festival, an initiative aimed to draw tourism in the area. Here, all the flavors of Indonesia come together. Sizzled, grilled, or deep-fried, you name it. The local specialties speak for the different cultures that have found a home in Semarang, from Chinese spring rolls to Dutch desserts.
Once a year we have a festival like
Only
this.
once a year?
Once a year.
Oh,
this is something like to promote
Local dish. Local,
not only local but national. From Jakarta, from Bandung, from Solo, from Surabaya.
I got to meet Jenny, who is the third generation owner of Toko Un, one of the oldest family-owned Dutch-Indonesian restaurants in Semarang, which also has a store in the Netherlands.
This store is in Jalan Pemuda is 83 years old.
So what is this?
This is an old recipe of very old, it's not a cookie, it's...
It looks like a nice brownie or something.
Yes, it's originally is from Holland.
Okay.
It's a long history.
Oh, you have the history here.
Yes, I put the history there.
Ah, very interesting. Good for coffee or tea.
Yes, it's sweet because we have Japanese sugar. And yeah, a lot of spices are there.
There was so much variety that I find seeking the local opinion is the best way to go.
So which one is your favorite? Which is the best? Nasi goreng. But that's which one is the best?
We like this one.
The nasi goreng always number one. Okay. Tofu.
Tofu with the egg sauce, soy sauce, something like that.
Spicy?
No, not spicy.
East Java, you know?
East Java.
Java, you know?
Sweet. Sweet.
Okay.
The warmth and friendliness of the locals in Semarang is inescapable, and my belly is so full from food and laughter. Up next, I make my way inland to the mountain roads of central Java, where the fertile volcanic lands yield the best produce and have given rise to a magnificent civilization.